down at the top of the zone by Pakala. T-Birds get it, puck to Loveson. He'll knock it to the slot. It's on net. Michnick makes the save on that chance by the Raiders, who play it back to the line and just bounces over the stick, though, the defenseman, and dump back in as they tag up. Sawyer Mynio has it in behind the T-Bird goal, down to our left. He'll feed it off to his far side partner. Pick front. T-Birds with a chance and a feed by Gustafson. Put it on the tape of Popwich, and the save is made. There's the puck behind the Raiders goal. Gustafson trying to knock it down for Popwich. He tries to spin out of the corner, pressured there by Lodwick. He goes behind the net, hit a stick on its way to Gustafson, and Prince Albert will clear to center ice. Bounce across the Seattle blue line, giving chase to get it. Mynio pursued to the far wall by his former teammate Braden Doobie. Puck comes deflecting back into the Seattle zone after a collision above the Seattle blue line. Mynio has it for Seattle. Chip it ahead to center ice. Trying to weave his way through traffic was Matthews, but lost the puck at center. Back to play it for Seattle. Matthews will work it ahead to center ice. Looking behind the T-Bird net. Michnick was still kind of standing up in his crease along the near post, and that gave a little bit of room there, and a great backhand flip on net beats him. And the Raiders are up 1-0. They have the puck along the far boards in their own zone. They'll steer it to center ice. Picked up in the neutral zone by Pearden. Played it onside of the high slot, trying to dump it on net. Deflects off a T-Bird back to the point. Pearden gets it down on the near wall. He'll try to go to the net. Broken up momentarily by Mynio. It's pushed back up top at the line. Johnston goes left to right. Thrown through the skates by Kovacs down the far wall. Trying to get the puck. Crocker. It's knocked back to the corner boards. Pakala goes blue line. The shot from there. That one score. It's 2-0. Prince George Cougars now at 87.2%. And they win the face-off and finally able to clear it down ice off the stick of Popowich. Raiders work the puck out of their own zone on the stick of Christensen. He'll get it to Doobie. He'll drop it back to the trailer. Skated onside left wing by Ritchie. Back up top, Stanek. Top of the near circle. Turning away from pressure by Gustafson. Goes blue line to Christensen. Christensen feeds it right to left to Doobie. Back up top, Christensen at the line to Doobie at the near circle. Down low, tap it, give and go, and a glove save made by Michnick. And on the face-off, Mynio to the corner with Hansel. Raiders try to keep the puck onside, work it to Stanek. Back up top. He'll fire to traffic. Shot knocked down in front. T-Birds can't clear the puck. Goes back at the blue line. Left to right feed. Now to O-ring, and a wide open net, and he shot off the side of the goal at the near post. Michnick hadn't gotten over from the far post to the near post, and O-ring was set up, and he just missed it. He'll get it back on his stick along the near wing. Back up top, blue line. Shot through traffic. Tipped wide on that chance by Christensen. Ritchie back up top, blue line. O-ring. To Ritchie, top of the near circle. Working against pressure by Dunn. And he forces him to play the puck out of the zone. Good job by Dunn. The power changes on their penalty kill as the Raiders move through center ice. Doobie brings it onside. Fed left to right in the zone. A shot, score! Christensen up. 2 quick goals, and they've now added a power play goal to that. As the puck gets flipped up in the air at center ice, and played by Seattle, but knocked off the stick toward the Seattle blue line. Mynio tapped it against off the back of his teammate and kept in by the Raiders. Pulled by Hansel behind the T-Bird goal. He'll work at far side dashers. Mynio ahead to Coots. He'll take off with Loveson. Across the line on the right wing boards. Puts it toward the net. Scooped up. T-Birds work it back at the blue line. Mynio, cross ice feed, near circle. The shot by Half on goal. Nice save there by Hildebrand. And the Raiders clear the zone. Down in the Seattle end to get it is Hansel. 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go here. Period 1. Seattle down 3-0. Mynio to center ice. He'll work it onside right wing for Hansel. Tied up at the blue line. Stolen by the Raiders. Brought the other way. Here's a shot by Miraz. Save made by Ratzlaff at the near post. Play to the far corner inside the Seattle zone. Shipped toward the blue line. Hauff can't get the puck out. Raiders continue to move the puck down low. Broken up by Seattle's Mynio. And he'll flip that one to center ice. Goldsmith will let it bounce.
Number 86, Braden Coots.
Seattle with 30 seconds
number 5
on the clock.
Hyde Davidson.
Popowich, a high shot off the glove of the goaltender. T-Birds trying to work it from behind the net. Half trying to center it. He's banged up against the boards by Oring. Goes back at the blue line. Mynio shot to traffic, knocked down, picked up by Hansel in the near wing. Chased down low. Half tried to go back up top, intercepted. Prince Albert trying to chip it out and just bounces off Gustafson to center. He tried to keep that puck onside with 8 seconds to go. The T-Birds trying to get it back in deep, but could not. Now Stanek breaks the other way. He'll fire a shot off the glove of Ratzlaff, and that'll do it. Weekend with a pair, a home and home against Everett as we're underway here in the second period. The Raiders with the puck at center ice. Ritchie, he's across the blue line on the right wing boards. He'll put one on net toward the goaltender at the near post, knocked behind the Seattle goal, picked up there by Seattle. Half trying to clear the zone. It's kept at the line by Prince Albert. They drive it toward the net. It's deflected away. They chase it back behind the Seattle net, rim it around left to right. Coming off the blue line, Christensen trying to hold it in, does on the near wall for Ritchie. He'll circle it behind the net, trying to get that puck onto the stick of Stanek. The T-Birds able to fish it off the boards and clear the zone, but couldn't get past the center red line. It's dumped right back in. Pickford after it for Seattle. They tie up to the right of the T-Bird net. Popwich jamming at the puck. Now Pickford gets it on his stick to Gustafson. He'll bank it out of the zone. No icing. We got some pushing and shoving in front of the Seattle bench. Meanwhile, the Raiders break up ice into the zone of the puck. Is Dubé stripped of the puck by Seattle. Actually, it was Chenier who was stripped of the puck. Here comes Seattle's Half into the zone, looking for some help. Has it on the half wall. Tap it left wing for Mynio. Throws one on net, then gloved outside the near. Allery knocked it down as a rolling puck comes back at the blue line for Hansel. High slot, fires a shot to traffic, blocked. He'll try to chase it to keep in the zone, but he could not. So Seattle has to regroup back at their own zone. Hansel with the puck. Ahead to Mynio. Bring it on side left wing. Chase down the boards. Jam to the corner. Rimmed out. Far side wall. Waiting for Popwich at the right point. He'll leave it there for Hansel up top. Hansel comes to Gustafson. Skates in. Snaps a shot right on goal again, but no try. Knocked down by Gustafson. Back at the point. Hansel. Left to right. One-time shot on net. Another save off the stick on that blast by Mynio. And the Raiders will clear the rebound. T-Birds with 4 shots on the power play. Still about 40 seconds to go on the man advantage as they move the puck up ice. Here's Gustafson coming to the neutral zone. Onside, puts on the brakes along the far wall. Holds it above the left circle. Work it blue line to Hansel. He'll come right to left, Mynio. Back right side, Gustafson to Mynio. Down low, Papo jamming on net. Rebound shot popped up outside the far post. Kept at the line by Hansel. Power play down to 15 seconds. Mynio, Hansel at the blue line. Looks left circle. Gustafson crisscrossing with Hansel. Feeds Handy the puck. He'll fire shot, and he will score! With his older brother, the former Portland Winterhawk, now in the Detroit Red Wings system. Here come the Raiders 2-on-2 across the line. They dump at the net, back in a tip, and a penalty coming on Seattle as the save was made. We may have a slashing penalty against Seattle as the Raiders pull the goaltender. At the minute and a half still remaining on the power play as Ritchie brings it onside left wing boards. Dropped it onto the tape at the far point to Stanek. Rimmed around near wall. Kicked to the corner by Seattle. Tied up behind the T-Bird net. Mynio's on it. He'll spin away from pressure. Jammed it behind the goal. Lost it. T-Birds don't clear it. Raiders keep the puck in. Shoved by Gustafson to the top of the zone, but on the stick of Christensen. He'll give it up right to Ritchie. He'll fire his shot high off the glass. It'll kick out to center ice. Raiders chase it quickly back to the neutral zone, trying to prevent Seattle from changing, but the Raiders were changing up as Ritchie will circle his way through the neutral zone. He's onside left wing boards to give and go, and he from his knees will play to the half wall as Hansel ties him up. Halfway through the period, 40 seconds on the man advantage for Prince Albert. Top of the Seattle zone, the shot on net, blockered away. Hansel tipped it, top of the zone, Raiders get to it. Bouncing puck though, won't settle down. Back to Christensen up top. He'll feed it to the far boards through traffic. Ritchie couldn't knock it down. He gets it back on the half wall. Skated up top. Sends it left to right. Pearden back up top. Christensen to Pearden top of the near circle. Looking back door, but the puck deflects to the far wall. And Ritchie trying to settle that one down. Gets tied up by Hansel. Tipped behind the T-Bird net. Mynio trying to clear the zone. Was it tipped out of play? It was. Here's win the draw. Johnston trying to blast it around the boards, and he does. Gets it past Mynio, who couldn't knock it down high off the glass. So Seattle will chase it back in their own end. We have not had a shot on goal in this game in quite some time. Not since Seattle scored on the power play. They turn the puck over in the neutral zone. Flipped back in the Seattle end by Oering. Mynio will give it up to Gustafson. Seattle, almost perfection on that power play to get on the board early in the period, but struggling to get set up in the attacking zone on this power play. Here's Mynio down low in the half wall, trying to get it back top of the zone, but it's deflected out again to center ice. So Seattle once again has to regroup. Gustafsson coming on side left wing, battling Johnston, trying to work it back on the boards, broken up by Stanek. Tibor's Popwich trying to jam it free. Stanek intercepts, skates it out, cuts his way all the way to the Seattle blue line, then dumps it. Here's Gustafsson on side, working at left wing, gets tripped. No penalty is called. Hansel has the puck, right side shot went wide from the far circle by Mynio. Here's Gustafsson down low, skating it behind the goal line, looking to bring it out far wall, and he threw it past the stick of Hansel. Seattle changes up, 45 to go. He'll get it in the neutral zone and get it across the Seattle blue line. Ratzlaff out of his net will leave it for Boucher. He'll clear it up the wall, but knocked down by Matches. Tangled up along the boards there with Seattle's Hauff. Kicked out to center ice. Hofrogge back to his own blue line, skating right to left. Brought on side left wing. Great strip there along the far wall by Boucher. Kicked it down. Still loose. Tibert's reaching for it. Allery had it stripped off his stick from behind. Taken away by Lodwig. Raiders jam it down low on the wall. Again, winning those puck battles in the offensive zone. The Raiders keeping the T-Birds pinned in their own end. Now Boucher will work it. But again, Seattle can't clear. Loose puck flipped on net, bouncing up off the glass. Finally, Seattle able to sweep it ahead to center ice. But not any further than the Prince Albert blue line. Both teams changing, though, as Hofrogge. And will chip in the Seattle zone, deflects. And Hansel has it for Seattle. Looks up ice as he skates into the neutral zone left wing. He'll blast a hard rim around left to right. Dunn behind the goal line. Comes out from behind the net. At the near circle, spinning on the wall. Taking it down low again, putting in front. Jam puck loose in the slot. T-Birds can't get to it. And the Raiders transition back the other way now. Brought through the neutral zone. Flipped on side by Martin. He'll take it. The backhand shot flipped up on goal. Save is made. Rebound tipped wide. T-Birds look to break out. Raiders keep them pinned in. Worked off the wall by Hansel. Stretch it to center ice. Martirana will flick it in so Seattle can change. They jam the puck behind their own net. Rimmed out to the near boards by Boucher, but Goldsmith pitches off the blue line to knock it down. Back behind the Seattle zone. Mynio will get it back to Boucher. He falls down. The puck still loose on the wall. Raiders trying to battle for it. Hauff for Seattle jamming at it as well. Finally pulled off the boards by Popwich. Got it over to Gustafsson. He'll come to center ice, gain the red line, chip it in. Pop Seattle zone. It's knocked off the stick of O-ring from behind by Gustafsson. Gustafsson has it left to right in his own zone for Pickford. Put it back on the stick of Mynio. Up to center ice and flipped in on side left wing boards by Matthews. It goes behind the Prince Albert net. Gustafsson pinned against the wall as Popwich trying to sweep it free. The Raiders pull it out on the stick of Christensen. He'll skate out from behind his own net. Slip it out to center ice, right wing. Ritchie played it in, picked up by Pickford. And a collision along the far wall between Ritchie and Pickford as the puck comes out of the Seattle zone as both teams are changing up. Raiders trying to work the puck back in. Chasing it behind his own net is Coots. Far side wall for Allery. Flipped it ahead. It hit traffic and still loose in the Seattle zone. And this is, again, a little miscommunication by Seattle as Pickford has to go back behind his own net to get it. Gets help from Coots, who tried to clear it out of the zone. It deflects out to center ice to Allery. He'll chip it in again by Prince Albert. Raiders will play it out to center ice. Sobry will come through the neutral zone, flip the puck into the far boards. Chase down low, centering a tip by Matches, knocked away by Seattle. Good job coming back by Mynio. Steered out to center ice by Seattle, racing back to his blue one to get his Sobry, pressured by Parmar. Raiders trying to stretch behind the T-Bird defense, brought on side. Matches shot blocked wide. Getting back again was Mynio. Got a stick on the puck, picked up by Doobie. He'll take it up from behind the goal, put it to the net, knocked off the side of the goal at the left post. Flip to the corner, Mynio trying to tap it ahead to Hannes. Kept at the line. Now Hannes knocks it to center ice. In the neutral zone on it is Holberton. He'll get the puck. Goal. Nice sweep away by the goaltender Hildebrand. Allery takes it to the boards behind the net. Knocked free by Coots. Spinning for Allery on the half wall. Tied up. Johnston poked it away. Dug back by Allery. Tried to feed it back to Coots in the slot just out of his reach. And Prince Albert will play it in front of their own goal mouth, left to right. And out to center ice off the stick of Johnson. It'll bounce back in the Seattle blue line. Mynio will play it left to right to Pickford. Out to center ice. Tapped in by Moore. Back up top, Christensen. Left to right. Brought down the wall by Ritchie. Behind the net. Brought to the near circle for Stanek. He'll go blue line, Christensen. He'll give it, tried to get it to Oiring and ends up going into the corner. Oiring gets it back with help from Crocker. Tied up with Gustafson. Sweeping at the puck for Seattle as Hansel got it. And Matthews will bank it 3-2, third period. Comes in across the Seattle blue line, racing on it, Mynio. Got to it, flipped at the wall, swept to the line, and out to center ice as Coots just got enough on that one to have it hop over the stick of Christensen. Brought in by Stanek, and his shot blocked by Popwich. It'll bounce to center ice, and Coots forces Stanek quickly to back to get that puck. He'll cut up ice into the Seattle zone. Driving behind the net, put it in the crease, and a nice top blue line to Hansel. He'll take it out to center ice for Mynio. Mynio from his own blue line. Back to Gus. Gus back in his own zone. Mynio, a head man feed. Here's Popwich, but he skates his way to center ice. Moves to the neutral zone. He's onside. Laid it back, and it's knocked out to center ice by Popwich. Raiders regroup as they tag up. Shot in. Rimmed around to the line and out on the deflection by Hansel. Out of the box, Boucher will just tip it down to the Prince Albert blue line. So the T-Birds have killed off the Raider power play. It's still a one-goal game and plenty of time to go. 12:24 on the clock. Prince Albert will shoot the puck in. Ratzlaff slides behind his own net. Taps it. Gets the puck to Mynio. Out to center ice with it, Martirana. Weaving his way through traffic. The puck rolled off his stick, though. As we said, they were a competitive team. Seattle wins the face-off and cleared off of Ritchie out to center ice. He'll gather up and lay it back for Oiring. He'll work it onside, and T-Birds clear it back again off the stick of Gustafson. Gloved down at the other end by Hildebrand. He'll sweep it ahead to Christensen on the puck. Oiring coming up the near boards with it across the line. Left wing for Stanek. Chipped behind the T-Bird net. Big handle on the boards back there by Mynio. The puck rolls free, and Gustafson's got it for Seattle. He'll fish it off and clear it. Working onside, and again the T-Birds attack him at the blue line, and Coots knocked it down. It rolls to the top of the zone and just kept in by Christensen. Got it to Stanek, a shot blocked. It kicks behind the T-Bird net out the far wall. Ritchie trying to chip it in deep. Hansel ties up his man. The bouncing puck found Stanek. Worked it back around the far wall for Ritchie on the wing. He'll take it back up top at the line to Christensen. Shot to traffic, deflects off bodies in front. Mynio bodies up his man, and that allows Coots to fish it down ice. 45 to go on the Davidson minor. Puck comes all the way back in the Seattle zone. Mynio will pick it up. 9:22 to go. Two huge penalty kills for Seattle. Martirana scored back in the first for Seattle. He's onside. Back up top of the line, swatted down for a moment, kept in by Mynio, but Seattle couldn't find it. Here comes Stanek the other way onside. Drop it for a shot on it. Save is made. Rebound bouncing and picked up on the near wall by Hansel. Spinning away from pressure by the Raiders. Stanek drive it to center ice, trying to push it forward behind his net. Off the glass and roll it back in the Seattle zone off Mynio. He'll go back to play it inside the Seattle blue line down to our left. He'll look to head his way up ice. Kicked it over to Papa. Stolen at center ice by Stanek on a deflection. He'll work his way into the net. Put on goal. Save is made. Bouncing puck. Where is it? It's in the crease. Still loose for Hansel. He'll skate it behind his net. Comes out from behind the goal. He'll work his way to center ice to Popowich. He'll skate it in right wing. Puck bouncing on him as well. Hansel trying to keep the puck in. Could not. Picked up by Seattle at center ice. Gustafson. He'll fire it in. Hildebrand out of his crease to play it behind the net. Wimmed around right side. Popowich knocked it down. It rolls behind the net. Out the far boards. On it quickly. Gustafson. He tried to go back to the blue line. Didn't see Ritchie there. And Ritchie gets it and gets it to center ice. Hansel knocked it free along the near boards. But Stanek battles to get it back. Trying to get it back on his stick is Matthews. Now Hansel has it. Feeds it to Gustafson. He'll play the puck in. Seattle will change. Tied up behind the goal. Looking to bring it in front. Blue line Hansel. He'll fire his shot. That one deflected away at the right post. Ends up behind the net. Allery sweep it left side for Mynio. He'll fire his shot off the side of the goal. Jamming at the puck. The T-Birds trying to work it behind the goaltender in the paint. Puck jammed to the point. Hansel sweep it across. A shot blocked on that chance by Mynio. He tried to chase it back to the blue line and keep the zone. Could not. So Seattle regroups. Their net is empty. Trying to work the puck onside, but they can't. Flipped into the Seattle bench and out of play as the puck is jammed back to the stick of Mynio. And his blue line at Popwich. There he goes, Ratzlaff, extra skater coming on. Popwich knocked off his skates. The puck played behind the net by Johnston. Trying to flip it out, held at the line by Seattle. Hauff left it on the half wall. Gustafsson, blue line, Hansel across to Mynio. Mynio thought about the one-timer, couldn't get anything on it. Hansel to Gus, skating in. Snaps his shot, block, rebound, swept on the body of the defenseman by Mynio on his backhand. Boy, the T-Birds wanted a penalty again, and the Raiders looked like they may have played the puck with a glove on the ice. Hansel across to Gus. A minute remaining in the game. Seattle down 1. Hansel, blue line, puck rolled off his stick. Raiders will clear. With a minute remaining, Gustafsson has it back in the Seattle zone. Seattle skating 6-on-5, down 1. Gus put it back to his blue line for Hansel. 45 seconds remaining. Mynio will blast it in. Loveson and Gustafsson chase it to the near wall. Back up top, blue line, Hansel. Trying to chip it down low to Gustafsson, and the winging does. Behind the goal line, Loveson fumbled the puck. Trying to send it out in front, gets tied up. 30 seconds remaining. Raiders trying to keep that puck up against the wall. Teamers work it back up top. Hansel has it right point. Work it across right to left. Mynio. Shot blocked. In the corner, Loveson jammed against the boards by Christensen. 15 seconds remaining. Seattle needs to get the puck off the wall. They do. Right out in front, Hauff. Shot by Gustafsson. That one on net off the pad. 4 seconds to go. Hansel, blue line. Settles a one-time shot at high. Rebound shot. And they did not score in time. Oh, my goodness.